Good evening, guys. It is 5:30 p.m., which means it's time for gist, banter, all that is trending and exclusive on social media. You're watching Afia TV official on Afia TV. My name is Favor Obinyalbai, official gist buddy, and unfortunately, there's still a lot of days in January. Today is the 22nd day in January, but let's say happy new week or happy new day, whatever it is that you choose to celebrate today. We have quite a lot of things to discuss today. Not a lot, but I think they're very important and necessary. And today I have with me Big Teddy, hype man, musician. He's not a, what's it called? He's not a first timer. I think he's a familiar face on Afia TV, not just on Afia TV official, but his video was literally the one that was played before this. Tell us a bit about that, young man. When you're still going by name Ike.
Yeah, I was still going by the name Ike, actually. That video was directed by Baba UC. He's actually a video director when it comes to Nollywood. He's a very good video director when it comes to Nollywood. So that video was directed by him. It was shot with Daweti Bechku. Daweti Bechku was one of the person contracted as the actor that featured in the music video. So the music video was shot in two venues. It was Nabakeleke and Nike Lake Resort. So it's basically about a girl that I actually liked. So I was like trying to get to know her the first time, but she was like her parents are around and stuff like that. And definitely her father was there with Ichiko according to the direction. So I was like the father didn't actually get to let me have an involvement with the girl and certain stuff like that till I actually left and made money. Then I now made money and came back. So the father was like, yeah. That's the good son. That's the good son. So
very much Nollywood. Yeah. Very much Nollywood. Have you done another music video since then?
Haven't done any other music video, but it's one of my projects for this year. I'm going to do a music video of one of my songs, my hit song, Fire Down.
Fire Down.
Yes, so I'm planning a music video for Fire Down. So.
All right, let's anticipate that. Yeah. But we'll move straight into things that are trending. And we already know that a lot of people are currently in camp. Nysc has, I just remembered somebody, me myself. Somebody said that how will NYSC post them to, I think it's Jigawa or so. That wrote disobeying the clarion call. Yeah. But yeah, basically a lot of young people have obeyed the clarion call and have gone to different states different places out of the 36 states in Nigeria to obey the clarion call. And of course it's causing a lot of discourse from people who try to sort it out. I saw somebody say my mom is paying for me to stay in Lagos, but me, I'm paying to stay in Abuja. May the best plug win. Yeah, may the best plug win. Okay. So how would they? Somebody said the first time he applied for NYSC, they posted him to Rivers. The second time they posted him to Cross River. So Rivers is different. River State is different from Cross River State. Yeah. So they posted him to Rivers the other time. The second time they posted him to Cross River. People were like, you must go to a river. You must be a river.
That's your calling.
You definitely go there. Yeah. And then now people are talking about. We also seen a case of kidnap. There's people that have been kidnapped just on their way. As people who say they don't want to go far and different things. So people are like, you know what? I think it's time we should scrap the NYSC. But let's take a look at a couple of comments here. Okay. The NYSC has outlived its usefulness. It should be made voluntary or scrapped in totality. Give each graduate 840K as grants after they leave university and call it a day. I beg. But sure, we're dragging that babe for saying her mom was worried that her sister was going far from home for NYSC. We should learn to look beyond agenda and face facts. I think the 3 weeks camp is all that is needed for real. Issue the certificate after 3 weeks camp and let everyone find their orbit. Waiting 840K won't do on the grand scheme of things for a first-class graduate that studied for 5 years. I need someone to break it down for me. For these graduates, the NYSC holds more weight than their actual degree. You go here if you know serve, you know go school. I disagree with you on this. This, just because few here are badmouthing the program, I really had a great time in Benue and I always love sharing the story. I had this thought before going for NYSC where when I came out, I felt like it was worth it. That 1 year is a great experience, but a lot of people should make the mistake But a lot of people make the mistake of thinking it's just an NYSC year, when in reality it's a year to upskill and get experience regardless of PPA. Everything is not money, sha. There is a way it can be done properly. It's really a nice scheme in all fairness. I enjoyed Cross River State totally. Never in my life have I experienced such hospitality. My experiences there shaped my life, I beg. I don't think it should be scrapped. I totally agree with this. They could also split the money in sections for maybe 4 months so some people don't recklessly spend. But the whole 3 weeks thing and working for 1 year thing, please throw it out the window. I was of this opinion previously, but I disagree now. NYC is the opportunity for most graduates to experience work. That experience is more important than even money. Senior man, some public secondary schools draw 70 to 80% of their workforce from the NYSC scheme. It's easy for people who served in Lagos and Abuja or big cities to say this. Go to smaller states and see the great work core members are doing to provide education, healthcare, and community services for free. Take away the scheme and these communities are left with nothing. The NYSC scheme is valuable, but it needs to adapt to today's realities. Introducing a voluntary exemption or exclusion option for graduates could offer flexibility while improving its impact. Those uninterested in completing the full 12 months could opt out at a cost, generating revenue for NYSC. This revenue could support core members in high-risk areas like the Northeast or Southeast, while also reducing the financial burden on the federal government. Additionally, the scheme can better accommodate graduates addressing overcapacity issues like the call-up delays in weekend batches. The 21-day orientation camp should remain compulsory for all, ensuring every graduate benefits from its cultural and social experiences, even if they opt out of full service. That's very wise. What do you think? Have you done NYC?
I have done NYC. I served at Ekiti.
Really?
Yeah, I served at
Wow,
Ekiti.
how was that?
The experience was nice, although that when I came in the first week, I was like, I wasn't used to the food.
The food?
So, yeah, the food, the whole Yoruba food and everything.
Okay.
So I was eating off from the dining hall. No, dining hall first. So when I was eating from the dining hall, like the pepper.
Dining hall, okay, like the food that they give
in dining hall. So like the pepper was much and everything. Like I had running stomach for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, consistently for 2 weeks. Then I was like, nah, I'm off this. So I now went and hit the Mami market.
Yeah.
And I actually scoured through and I saw a very, very nice Igbo restaurant at the Mami market. So that was where I was eating off consistently with the pami and the cigarette and every other thing. And I was having a nice time at camp.
Oh, really? I schooled in Ekiti State. I did my senior secondary school from SS1 to SS3 in Ekiti State. So the pepper thing is, That was
my first time.
I also live in Lagos, so my taste buds are accustomed to the pepper.
That was my first time, but I'm used to it now.
Was it only pepper that was like the only?
No, not that it's only pepper. But
was it only the food rather?
No, the food was okay, but I love the atmosphere. When it comes to Yoruba atmosphere, it's like everything is hyper. Like everything is well hyper. Like you enjoy. Like if you are very, very wise, like in the Yoruba atmosphere, you can actually make it. If you're very, very wise in your bad atmosphere, I'm saying the honest truth. Like, if you are there, like, everything you need, you feed off from energy around. Like, people give you the beat band and everything. You know what you want to do. You get this, you get that. Like, if you're well calculative and you arrange your priority of the day, you can actually make it in a environment.
Can you not make it in any environment? It's only your environment.
No. Enugu is dull.
Okay.
Enugu is dull. It's very, very dull for my liking.
So Ekiti was more hyper than Enugu?
No, it was hype. It was hyper.
So wait, so this was now. So this assessment, did you do the full 1 year in Ekiti?
No, I actually redeployed and I came to Enugu. I could have found my PPA in Ekiti, but let me. I don't know why I feel like I should correct your experience, but I'm sorry, I have to correct your experience. Not correct your experience, basically, but I feel like it was the camp that was hyper. Okay.
That's what I think, Sha. Sorry, it's your experience. If you say it's hype, because I'm saying this because I schooled in Ekiti.
It's not just the
everybody.
It's not just the camp experience because when I came into Ekiti, I stayed 1 week before I was given my uniform because I was very large and tall. So I had to like go round the Ekiti town. I went to Ado Ekiti, the main Ekiti. I saw everywhere was very, very hyper, like in the evening. The people that have the biggest restaurants there are Igbo men. People that have the biggest restaurants there in Ado Ekiti are Igbo men. when you come into like, nah, waiting they happen, you got top if you got t stuff like that. You understand?
So anyway, you don't find an Igbo man, that place is not safe.
Baby, I beg, run. Yeah. You understand? So when I came there, I was like, I scanned through, like, it's actually the Igbo men that actually show them that this is what you can actually make.
Okay. Sorry to correct your experience, but because I also schooled in Ekiti, and when you're saying that Ekiti is more hype than Enugu and all of that, but
not that it's more hype, it's just that the energy there.
Yeah, and of course it's also your personal experience as well. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. So you coming back and redeploying and all of that, would you now say, like, based on your own personal like experience of NYSC, would you say that NYSC should be scrapped, or how would you say that it should like be modified?
Actually, I think the problem we're having with NYSC is the government.
Okay.
The problem we're having with NYSC is with the government, because if you scan through going back to the early 90s, when the NYSC was still fresh, you see that when someone is done with NYSC, from your PPA, you started work already. From your PPA, you started work already. Maybe you're done with your NYSC, you started work already. And you're accredited according to your PPA, according to what you studied. According to what you studied. So what we are doing right now in Nigeria is like IM. If you don't know someone, you don't get to work in a place. You don't get to work in an organization. You don't get to work in an office. You don't get to work in a government organization. You understand what I'm saying? So the problem is actually from the government. Because if somebody has studied 4 years in university and he has a personal experience, the school has gone through him and he has gone through the school, or she has gone through the school, or the school has gone through her, that person is well equipped. Whether it's a 2-1, whether it's a 4-1 GP you came out with.
What's 4-1?
You know the GP aggregate. Now when you're done with your BSc, that the GP, the gross point, 4-1, first class, 2-1, middle class, whatever. So it depends on what that person made, you understand. The person can actually stand out and actually, make through. And
I think I agree with what you're saying.
I'm actually trying to pinpoint is this. It's not a must that the skill acquisition should be handed out to the youth core members there in the camp. There should be a subject or a course in the university that is skill acquisition.
I think that's what's going far.
No. I know why I'm saying this.
I agree with you.
Do you know why I'm saying this?
Do you know why I'm saying this?
This should be impregnated in their mind, so that when they are coming to the camp, you don't have to waste your time going for skill acquisition programs, going for this. You can stand out in your PPA, start a shop. If it's trading, if it's sewing, if it's makeup, if it's
but you need to learn this, like
you finance it with your what? Your alawi.
Now let's go back to like when you said like in the early 90s, like I agree that the government has like a very key role to play. In fact, the government has the role of everything to play. Unemployment is at an all-time high.
Yes.
Before, most times you hear, would they retain you?
Yes.
But now before they even retain yourself and all of that. But the thing is, for me, the major problem I see with NYSC nowadays is insecurity.
Okay.
Insecurity for me is the major problem. That's one. I was posted to Plateau State.
Okay.
I was posted to Plateau State. Yes, I was posted to Plateau State.
Okay.
The funny thing is that just sounds like the state more than it. So, you understand? So you can see somebody, I'm going to Port Harcourt, like, Rivers is like, no, Port Harcourt. Rivers is Port Harcourt. Do you understand? Exactly. So I was posted to Plateau State, and it was quite an experience. It was quite an experience for me because Plateau is cold. It's a Hausa Christian state. So, meeting, and that's one of the things is I feel like you cannot fully experience like a place or a state if you only, because I also redeployed. I came back to Enugu. So I cannot really say, this is how Plateau is or whatnot, because I did not live there. And in the camp, you're with people from different places. Everybody is in camp. Everybody is in camp. People around me in camp, except for Yoruba ladies, like Yoruba girls. Do you understand? I had a couple of, so the girls that we came from Enugu together. So those people were around me too. But there were Yoruba girls around. You meet Hausa boys. I met somebody. His name was Amen.
His
name is Amen.
Okay.
His name is Amen. And then I remember when we were going to pass Mami Market, we saw Amen smoking. It was very ironic because why amen go dey smoke?
Yeah, your name is like Amen, and
Your
you
name
actually
is amen
smoke.
and you're smoking. But yeah, like I'm saying this to say that we met a lot of people, met people from different backgrounds and all of that. But the major fear, because there were people who were kidnapped on their way. So the major fear for NYSC, a lot of fear, the main fear that people have when it comes to NYSC nowadays is like insecurity, kidnap. Somebody said that, she was posted to Ogun State. And even from that small Lagos to Ogun journey, she was still kidnapped. So
I have some things
insecurity is the major
I have some
issue.
things I have to say about insecurity.
Okay.
One, if you're talking about insecurity, it depends on the state that person is.
I don't think it depends on the state.
Wait. It doesn't depend on the state, actually.
There are states that, to be fair, there are states that are more prone to
insecurity. Yeah. So when I'm talking about it depends on the state is this. If you are in your state and you know the high risk of being secured or not being secured in that state, why not find a residential area that is close to your PPA that you don't need to walk around much? Get what I'm saying. Why not you get a secured area for a residence that is
so how do you get a secure area? So
you
now
scan through when you are still in the camp. You go round.
You're not even understanding the main point.
It's not everything that the government will do for you.
Yeah, true. Fair,
it's not everything that the form. You as an individual that is a youth corps member, you are doing things that are going to please you at your own satisfaction, at your own pace, at your own time. So it is your own duty. So I think nobody did it for you when you were in university.
So now I think the main thing will now be like this thing you're saying is will not even be for people to choose the states that they want to serve.
They want to serve.
I think that choose
the states you want to serve.
Choose the states you want to serve, because there are people who want to stay in a particular place because it's close to home, because they probably already have a business, they already have a career they're trying to build, they already have things that are going on for them, and then posting them to a different state entirely is going to
throw them off balance.
Exactly. So I think that is what I feel
but
like.
If you are persistent and you are consistent, that you really want to make it in a different state, and you don't want to, you're like dodging, like you are still like, I want to take the risk, even though there's insecurity, go for it.
No, the thing is, so I agree you should go for it, but I am also.
I have to give that person listening now that wants to go for it. If you're going for it, choose your PPA close to a market area.
Why?
See now, you're talking about insecurity here. Choose your PPA. Choose your PPA that is close to a market area and equally close to a residential area where you are staying. Okay. So that in the weekend they are just strolling from where? From your residential area to buy some things. When you are done, you go back to your residential area. The next morning, you're moving up to your PPA. The only thing that might take you off way is just your CDS.
Okay.
Your CDS is what is going to take you off from where you are staying. Okay. I know that one you go with a cab.
Oh yeah.
Or
CDS
you go with
local government.
You go with a cab so that you're well secured.
Yeah.
When you're done, you come back.
I get what you're saying, but for me, I would say, because a lot of people are like, you don't know whether, you meet this one, you do this one, you do this one there. I am of the school of thought that if you already have something going for you in that state, in a particular state where you are,
remain there.
I think you should.
But there are some people that they are bored.
Yeah.
They are bored of the state.
Some people wait for NYSC to determine the next course of their life,
and they are up for it.
I think that's dangerous.
It's dangerous, but they are up for it because you don't know that is what God actually wants for you. Because you know that this world we are in is like a movie. We are all actors, and He is the director. So wherever He takes you, you go. Everybody's going in this world his own pace and his own time. So at your own pace, at your own time. If they run your race, me I they run my race.
Thank you.
You depend the time where you take reach.
Please don't motivate me.
So that's the actual thing about it too.
But I do get what you're saying. Yeah. But I think one thing that is very important, because one of my friends was posted to Lagos recently, and I was excited for her because this is Lagos that people are rushing and people are doing This babe just applied and then the next thing they gave her Lagos. And the thing is, I was asking her, okay, so what's the plan? She's like, she's applying to a couple of places. I feel like when they post you to somewhere, like this PPA thing is something you can decide or you can actively work on before you even get scammed. So once you see your name and they post you to Jigawa, go and start doing research based on what you do or based on what you study. Go and start doing research on, okay, maybe I went to a hospital, I studied mass communication or something like, okay, what are the broadcasting houses in Jigawa? Do you understand? What are the things I can do in Jigawa? And then when you're also in camp, put your eye down, put your ear down.
Exactly.
For other things that you can be doing, so that if you don't want to, because there are people who wait for NYSC to determine the course of their life. If they post them to school, they go. If they post them to anywhere, they go, which is great. If that's what you want to do, no wahala. But if you're on the other receiving end of it and you're like, no, because one of the things about NYSC is that a lot of organizations want to see your NYSC certificate, so you can't actually work without it. So it's very, very important. Communities rely on this free work that NYSC gives. There are a lot of public schools, public healthcare facilities that rely on like the people that NYSC brings.
Exactly.
It's great. It's a great initiative. I wouldn't say it should be scrapped, but I think that people should be able to pick what they actually want and not just allow you to alter the course of their life for a whole year, especially for the money that they get from it nowadays. So I think that's one of the things that I would just say. I would say you should not allow NYSC to just change the course of your life. Do research, go to places. If you have the opportunity.
It's just 1 year. It's just 1 year.
Yeah, it's just 1 year, but 1 year can really be a lot.
A full packed year of experience.
1 year can be a lot.
A full packed year of experience. And do you know that people actually make it in life from the friends that they met in camp?
I think camp is very, very, I don't know, but I know a lot of people who like, I will not do the 3 weeks camp. There is
my friend that's still sponsoring me in my music that I met in camp.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
He's still sponsoring me in music. Like when I chat him up on Facebook, I'll be like, Oluwatunde, how they be now? I dey go roadblock this year. How you go be? You go send me 70K. Wow.
Big shout out to Oluwatunde. But like one of the things I would say about camp, because there are a lot of people that don't want to do it, that don't want to be a part of it. If our advice means anything, I think you should close. When they say close eye and do it, close eye and do it. You meet amazing people. You get to connect. You get to. And if you're also going to be in camp, try and be a bit active. Don't just do your own. Don't do anything. Try and be a bit active, because I would say at the end of the day, it's a Nigerian system. We favor people who are.
If you can't go through the system, you break it.
Please don't motivate.
Don't join it.
We don't
break it.
On this show.
If you can't go through the system, you break it.
So how will they break it from this advice I'm giving? Don't motivate anybody here, please. Basically, what I'm saying is try and be a bit active, so that from there you can now get to speak to people who can put you or who can tell you about the right PPA that you should be in and all of that. So you don't just go there just looking, or you don't know anything about it, or if you're active in camp, maybe you're, I don't know what, maybe OBS, maybe you join like hostel or something. You are active there. You have people, all these local government coordinators that can notice you. And I got a couple of like job offers when I was in camp, because I did debate, I was doing march past, I did a lot of things, pageantry and all of that. I was very active in camp, and I got a lot of offers. So I can say that if you are active in camp and you bring yourself out there, you get a lot of offers if you want to stay in that particular state. So you stay in that particular state here. So I think we would end it at that.
Okay.
So the verdict is NYSC should not be scrapped. However, it should be modified.
It should be modified.
We should really work on security in the states. It should be optional. People should decide that, okay, I don't want to do NYSC this year. Maybe there's exemption letter. The crazy thing is that there is exemption letter. People get exemption letter, but they should make it more easier to get. The
problem there is if you exempt yourself from NYSC, and definitely didn't have the time to go back to NYSC, then when you now get a job offer, you're now working in an office, and people are like, you're skyrocketing through, you're making a lot of levels, again to level 15, level 14. I'd be like, did he actually go for NYSC?
At the end of the day, let me tell you something.
And that's when you start scrapping to start getting.
We have had presidents and governors who did not
fake
NYSC. Have your university certificates.
No.
We'll be fine. We're out of time. Thank you very much, Victor.
The experience is necessary.
Thank you very much for joining me today. And of course, to you, our viewers, thank you very much for watching Afia TV Official. My name is Favor Obinyaluba. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. Have a great day.